What is up, math superstars? In this edition of Mr. Peterson Presents, we are going to talk about how to write and graph inequalities. So this is pretty similar to my previous video in solving and graphing. The difference here is that you're going to be given a statement or a word problem. You're going to have to write the inequality and then also graph it. So we're going to start with some key words here first. And so we're going to go over the symbols and what they mean. And we're going to add in some other keywords as well. So here we have less than. And so here in our word problems, you'll see that you might say that something is less than a number. So you know that you'll use this less than symbol. So here we're having fun here with our greater than symbol. And so this is going to tell us that whatever is on the left is greater than whatever is on the right. So here we have our inequality. This is less than or equal to. And so you're also going to see some key phrases here. So this was going to be at most and the phrase no more than. So we're going to talk about those two phrases in some different word problems. And then we have the greater than or equal to sign. These phrases right here, at least, is going to tell us this is greater than or equal to, and also no less than. So we're going to see those two phrases as well. So here, when we're writing our inequalities from words, we have some steps that we're going to do. So this phrase says your age is less than 19 years old. And so go ahead and raise your hand right now as you're watching this video if your age is less than 19 years old, which is everyone watching the video unless you're a teacher or an adult or watching math videos randomly. And so we gotta do a couple things first. And these are the steps that we are showing you that you're going to have to do here in this lesson. First step is we need to define our variables. So we need to figure out what our age is. So we're going to label that as A is going to be your age. So the symbol we're going to use is less than. So this is the whole phrase we're going to look at is less than. So obviously that's going to be the less than symbol. And now let's put it all together with the inequality. So you have A is going to be less than, and then we're given this little piece of information right there, 19 years old. And so that's what we have. So the age, so everyone's age in the room, or if you're a middle schooler and you're watching this video, you can put in your age for A, and you can figure out that that is going to be less than 19. So let's try this one. Your height is greater than 52 inches. So we're going to define the variable. Here is going to be H for height. Our symbol is, we're looking at this phrase right here. We're just breaking down this phrase is greater than. So you guessed it, we're going to have our greater than symbol. And now let's put it all together. So we have H is greater than 52. So we have this one, your speed is no more than 62 miles per hour. And so in breaking this down, we have your speed. So that's going to be our variables. Let's label that as S for speed. The symbol is going to be this phrase right here is no more than. So that one's going to be less than or equal to. And let's go ahead and put it together. So the speed has to be less than or equal to 62 miles per hour. We know that if your speed is greater than 62 miles per hour, you have the possibility of getting a ticket from the police. So we have this one. We have at least 42 stink bugs on the window here. So we're figuring out the stink bugs. So let's go and label that as S for stink bugs. So we need to have, there's at least, so this is a good bit. So this is going to be our greater than or equal to symbol. So there's at least 42 stink bugs. So let's go ahead and do the inequality. So S is going to be greater than or equal to, And there's our number hidden right there, 42. So we're saying is on that window, there's at least 42 stink bugs, but there could be more than that. So now we're given this type of word problem here. We have Danielle has $10 for the movies. If a ticket costs $4.50, what is the most she can spend on snacks? Here, so let's go ahead and define our variable here. So the variable we're trying to figure out, we're going to use this phrase right here. What is the most she can spend on snacks? So let's go and label S for snacks. So we know that the most she has is 10, so she can only go up to $10. So this has to be, what she can spend is going to be less than or equal to. The inequality here is going to be, let's see, the ticket costs $4.50, and then plus the snacks, that all has to be less than or equal to $10. And now let's go ahead and solve. So if we subtracted $4.50 from both sides, so we bring down our S, we bring down our inequality sign, and then $10 minus $4.50 is us $5.50. So what is the most she can spend? Is $5.50, but she can spend anywhere between 0 and she can save her money and not buy any snacks, or she can spend up to and including $5.50. So here now we need to write the inequality from the graph that is given. And so in order to do this, we're going to learn to write this inequality two different ways here. The first way we're going to write it is with our variable on the left and the number that where either the open or closed circle is going to be on the right. So here for this problem, this blue shaded part here, this is the part that is colored in. So this arrow right here is going to be the colored in part. And we notice that this is going to be a closed circle on 4. So if this is a closed circle, we know we're dealing with either greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. So in this case, since the arrow is pointing to the numbers that are getting smaller, we know that this is less than or equal to. But there's actually a second way we can write this inequality. The second way we can write this is with 4 on the left and the variable on the right. And so in writing it this way, we need to make sure that we flip the sign that we originally wrote. So we can say that this inequality is x is less than or equal to 4, or we can say 4 is greater than or equal to x. So we can write this two different ways. So let's try this one here. So we're going to put our variable. You can use any variable that you want. I always choose x because that is the traditional algebra variable, it seems. So I'm going to put x on the left, negative 16 on the right. We know that this blue is our shaded part here. And we have an open circle on negative 16. So our sign here, we know that the numbers are getting bigger. So we know that x, so all these numbers is going to be greater than negative 16. Another way we can write this, we can write this as 16 on the left, the variable on the right, and then we just have to flip that sign around. So we can say that 16 is also less than x. So this concludes writing and solving inequalities. We got some graphs at the end. So feel free, next step is you need to hit the classwork. And so if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, leave them below. See us in class. We are here for you.